Does anyone have a question? No, the summer's coming to an end soon, and Mercury will be out of retrograde in, I guess, a week. And hopefully, a lot of the obstacles and problems that are going on now will somehow find a way to resolve themselves. But a new cycle will come, the end of summer brings fall, and fall brings exactly that. Everything begins to fall. The leaves begin to turn and life begins to change. And, we also have an opportunity to change, to, really sit in front of nature and recognize the beauty of the natural world and how it undergoes cycles. And it does it, elegantly. It doesn't create crazy situations because life is changing a bit. Winter that gives birth to spring, spring, summer, summer, fall. And it's been going on since the beginning of time, this evolution of change. There's something for all of us to learn from that. Nature just lets go, just lets go. It knows that fall needs to become winter in order for spring to finally come and everything to be reborn. And we also go through the same kinds of cycles, except we go through them with a lot of resistance, a lot of unhappiness. We resist change. We resist life, taking on a new aspect, a new level of teaching, a new level of understanding. We resist everything. And we have this conservative nature inside ourselves that clings to whatever exists for us in the moment. And as much as we cling to it, that's as much as it changes. And there's nothing we can do about it except the change, except accept the change and allow ourselves to truly grow and open new opportunities for inner development. I hope this is clear because this is such an important aspect of what Rudy taught and what I learned from him, and I'm trying to impart to all of you. It would probably eliminate, I would say, 80% of people's neurosis and anxiety and inner insecurity. Just let go. Let life guide you. Let the changes take place. Embrace them, welcome them. Don't struggle against them. You just waste a lot of energy because they're going to happen anyway. And the day we go through change with an open heart, with a quiet mind, with joy inside us, and we embrace the new, is the day that we really take major steps in our spiritual development. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask? And not only our spiritual development, it's us living as human beings, truly being happy here, living with open hearts, living with graciousness, living with dignity, just being able to live and have this kind of inner peace about who we are and what we are and what we're doing on the planet Earth. Does anyone have a question about any of this? I hope it's clear because I don't know how to make it any clearer. And it's a thing I look for in myself, and I also look for it in other people. That graciousness, that thing inside is grateful to be human, to be alive, to have joy, to have love, to, life, and to truly accept the fact that whether we like it or not, from the day we're born to the day we die, we are undergoing continuous change. And that's a hard way to go through life for the whole period of one's life, resisting that change. It creates a lot of suffering. Change whether we want to or not. Take a look in the mirror. Do you look the way you were when you were 20 years old, when you were 8 years old? No, we all change. Whether we want to or not, we change. So we have to do it graciously, with gratitude, with love, with, you know,
Stuart, I have a question.
yes, Bob.
So as you're speaking of this, there are times when there's going with the flow change, and then there are times where proactive change is required. Could you do a contrast and compare that?
Look, look, yes, there are times when the heart is open, mind is quiet, we're centered inside, and we flow with the change. We are grateful for the change, and the change does wonderful things for us. But we're also imperfect. Everybody, including myself, we live with imperfection. And there are going to be times when there's going to be a lot of resistance. The mind gets involved, the fear inside human beings get involved, the insecurity about the unknown gets involved. So there's resistance. And one of the reasons we practice meditation and the kind of depth that we practice is build a system inside that allows us, to be able to deal with the resistance. Without the resistance, understand, making life impossible for us. So you build a system inside that enables you to deal with it. There's always going to be something like that in life. Because nobody's perfect. If we're all perfect, we would glide through life like angels, Everything would be full of wonderment and sacred, and we'd all be God's children living here. No, we all have imperfection. But imperfection is a wonderful reminder of what we have to do to grow inside. Imperfection is not a negative thing. It's a reminder of what we have to do to grow inside ourselves. So instead of resisting the imperfection, getting upset and depressed and angry, and open to it. Okay, what am I learning here? What is it teaching me? How can I grow because of this? What work do I have to do on me to be able to stay quiet while I'm experiencing imperfection? So imperfection is no longer a negative thing. Even resistance is no longer a negative thing. It's just telling you what you have to do in yourself to grow and develop, a deeper closeness with higher energy in the universe. And there's always going to be something wrong. Always. But something wrong is not negative. It's just a reminder. You haven't arrived yet. And most really creative things in life occur because people haven't arrived yet. Fighting to the next level of consciousness within themselves gives birth to enormous creativity, enormous wonderment. And instead of depression and unhappiness and, all the crap that people do to themselves because they're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But we all can use the imperfection in miraculous ways, in wonderful ways, by growing and allowing that growth to manifest in our lives. And then you get to another level and there'll be other imperfections. And they're not negative, they're just teachers that we haven't arrived yet. And the wonderful thing about life is we haven't arrived yet. We continue to grow. And in the growth, we get quieter, we get more conscious, we get more love, we get more gratitude, because we have worked to transform the imperfections in ourselves into those kinds of things, those states of being. I hope this is clear. This is such an important thing, because people get really depressed and miserable and this and that, and they wallow in their misery, and they expect everything to be perfect. It's all bullshit. What's perfect in the world? Nothing. So instead of wallowing in depression and unhappiness because certain things go wrong in life, okay, I got to grow. This is my teacher telling me I have to grow. I have to build a stronger inner life. I have to get my heart open. I have to learn how to stay quiet in myself. I can use my imperfections in a positive way. I hope what I'm talking about is clear. I always hope that, because it's really important, this stuff. And you'll save yourself. And I know I saved myself a lot of misery, a lot of unhappiness. By finally, years ago, I recognized what imperfection does in order to develop my life, and how the thought that I am perfect does nothing but create stagnant water. It creates the worst imperfection. Does anyone else have a question they would like?
Stuart, Christine here. What you just said was exactly what I needed to hear this week and today. And I profoundly thank you. That I can, it's just exactly. Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. That's why you're in this class tonight. You needed to get this, You never know why you're here. It's best to be here because you never know what you're going to get in any class. I made it, You never know what you're going to get. So many people missed it. I sent out, honestly, and it kind of bothers me a little bit. It shouldn't. 59 invitations to this class. I think 17 people showed up. Look what they missed. So stupid. It's so beyond anything comprehensible, 59 invitations, 17 people showed. But I tell you honestly, I'm going to start taking people off my list. I'm just tired of it, I work too hard for people to take this meditation for granted. And people who don't show up and they disappear, a month later, I hear from them again. What happened? My name isn't on the, where were you? So I'm going to start taking people off. I can't keep carrying that burden around with me of all these people that just take this meditation for granted. But look what people learn when they come, and it's my joy to give it, I have to give it away. That's why these classes exist. I'm getting younger. I'm not going to take this to the grave. It has to exist in the world. And I can channel this and give it away to people.
I'm so lucky. Thank you.
Anyway, doesn't matter. God bless you all. And thank you for making it possible for me to give it away. Thank you. God bless you all. And there'll be class tomorrow evening, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. And I have a lot of gratitude to each and every one of you, because as I say all the time, I learn being here. I really learn. I have grown so much. I've been teaching this for 50 years now, and I have learned. I mean, it basically over and over and over again saves my life and gives me a reason to be, a raison d'être. Reason to be in the world, to serve God, to channel this energy. So thank you, and God bless you all. And we'll have a class tomorrow evening, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
Thank you, Stuart. Good night.
Good night.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. Good night.
Mm.
Stuart, are you going to close the meeting?
Okay,
Thank you.
it's not closed?
No, you're still on.
I don't know, I closed it.
Mhm.
1 second. Oh, there you all are. All right, end meeting for all. Okay, ciao.